You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, the nation seems to be healing itself of wokeness, especially in the sports world. Just the other day, guys, you know that the NCAA now has banned transgenders from participating in women's sports unless they're actually biologically female. Just makes sense, right? I mean, this nation, man, has lost its mind when it comes to the transgender. I mean, the left, the Democrats, man, they were all in on this. That's still outrage, guys, that President Trump signed an executive order acknowledging, two sexes. And it's kind of crazy, guys, that we actually need the president to acknowledge that there's only male and female. Something that people have realized since the beginning of man. But oh no, the past 8 years or so, man, it has been crazy, completely crazy. And you had all these transgenders out there, boys or men participating in women's sports. The left loved it. They absolutely loved it. Now, that actually brings us to a state that is actually governed by one Tampon Tim Walz. Remember, he's actually Kamala Harris's running mate, right? This man put tampons in the boys' restroom. Why? Were they actually going to get used? No. It was a virtue signal, guys. Nothing more. I mean, he is a man of the left. He's a communist at that. It made no sense. Now that the nation is actually healing, Minnesota high schools, they're saying, no, we're going to double down on the insanity. We're going to double down and reject Trump saying that only men should play in men's sports and that women should actually playing on women's sports. No, they're defying them, guys. Everybody else seems to be falling in line, but oh no, not in Minnesota. Look at this, guys. Minnesota high schools reject Trump's Title IX rules banning transgender athletes. This is pure insanity, man. I mean, these high schools are on the wrong side, and they have to know it. Look here. The Minnesota State High School League has published a statement saying it will not obey President Donald Trump's updated Title IX rules that forbid transgender athletes from playing in girls' sports. They want the boys in the girls' sports. I mean, this is insane. I mean, CNN, guys, had a poll to where even a bunch of Democrats didn't want boys and girls sports. It was something like 94% of Republicans said, no, boys should not be playing girls sports. And when it came to Democrats, it was like 69% said no, girls or boys should not be playing girls sports. But oh no, Minnesota State High School League says, nah, we're going to reject that. This is pure Trump derangement, guys. Goes on and says, President Trump signed an executive order on Wednesday that bans males who identify as transgender females from competing against girls. He also said schools that refuse to obey the rules risk having their federal funding rescinded. Well, they're going to lose their money. But the MSHSL now says that it will place Minnesota's state discrimination law ahead of federal Title IX rules and will not ban trans athletes from choosing whichever gender they wish to play as, according to Fox 9. This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. The statewide School Sports Association insists that its rules are determined by state law through the Minnesota Human Rights Act and the Minnesota Constitution. The statement adds that the high school organization will continue to review the existing state laws alongside the new presidential executive order and its timeline, processes for states, and requirements that are included. Minnesota. You know what? The parents out there, they need to actually go up to this Minnesota, what is it called? MSHSL. That's a long initials right there, guys. The parents need to speak out because these parents know better. They know better. And I'm pretty sure that this organization is not speaking for the parents. I mean, this is pure insanity, man. They're going to defy Trump's executive order. And we really shouldn't even need an executive order for this, guys. We know that males have a physical advantage over females. It is crazy. The memo was sent to all Minnesota high schools this week. Quote, in Minnesota, participation and eligibility of transgender student athletes is determined by state law through the Minnesota Human Rights Act and Minnesota Constitution, the state reads. The Minnesota High School League, similar to other youth sports organizations, is subject to state anti-discrimination laws which prohibit discrimination based on gender identity. Therefore, students in Minnesota are allowed to participate consistent with their gender identity. League member schools have done excellent work in respecting students and their individual situations as they determine their participation and eligibility within interscholastic sports, it continues. The league will continue to review the existing state laws alongside the new presidential executive order and its timeline, process for states, and requirements that are included. Wow. Minnesota, what is wrong with you? And this is the beautiful thing right here, guys. When Trump signed his executive order, there was a bunch of young girls around him supporting him. Nothing but women right here, guys. I mean, let's look. Let me go back and start the sound here, guys, because the sound was off right there. You guys definitely got to see this. And Minnesota is defying this. Wait a minute, one more time. Got the wrong setup right there. Here we go. Now, that's the right one. Look at this here.
You want to do this? Watch what I do, and then I'm going to give you some pens, okay? You ready? What a nice picture this is, huh, Governor? You ready? We'll do a good job. Wait, let me press that. I want to make this a really good signature. Because this is, this is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
God bless you, Mr. President.
And they're all clapping for President Trump signing this executive order. All these young girls, all around him. And Minnesota just spit in their face.
Pretty good, huh? I see that. Okay? Good. Now you're going to go out and win those events, right? Nice to see you all. Nice to see you. Great going, everybody. Nice to see you. Thank you, kids. Here. Take a pen. I'll give some of these out, okay? Take a pen. Take a pen.
Thank you so much.
Where's
Yeah, beautiful moment right there, guys. And Minnesota says no. They say no. They said, we're going to defy that. Trans athletes will continue to play in women's sports. Absolutely despicable, man. Despicable. So what do you guys make of this, man? Minnesota. I'm pretty sure California's the same way too. But I don't think they've actually vocally said anything. Yeah, strip this state of all federal funding. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.